again, a warm welcome to the Nemetschek Build the Future ALLPLAN Summit. We already had a fantastic day one, and today you can again look forward to an interesting and inspiring program. You have the option to watch 19 sessions across 3 streams covering the life cycle from architectural design through engineering design to construction planning. And these are our 3 streams of today. Stream 1 is our architectural design stream, where you can stay up to date with all the latest ALLPLAN innovations and expand your skills with new time-saving design techniques through a range of online sessions on architectural themes suitable for all AEC professionals. Stream 2 is our engineering design stream. Here you can increase competitiveness through new engineering technologies and learn how the latest road and bridge solutions enhance productivity by a range of online sessions on engineering themes suitable for all AEC professionals. And Stream 3 is our construction planning stream. Learn how to take advantage of increasing prefabrication in construction and how to implement BIM to field in practice. Take a look at the online agenda to see what's coming up and plan your viewing.
In this competitive market, how does your company stay relevant? Is your approach to tendering regularly updated, or does it feel outdated? Like starting from scratch every single time? Any learnings you consider from recent projects? How much prefabrication do you use during the project? Are your execution teams always equipped with all the necessary details from your pre-construction phase? There are so many reports available, all with the same bottom line. The construction of any structure takes too long, is inefficient, and costs too much money. The reasons for that are many. You know many of them all too well. Our mission at ALLPLAN is to increase the efficiency for the delivery of building and infrastructure projects by connecting workflows to form a comprehensive design-to-build approach. Today, I'll talk about some of those workflows, which enable you to deliver high-quality projects in time and in budget. My name is Ulrich Frioff. I'm the product manager at ALLPLAN for the area of construction. I'm excited to talk about 3 things today: tendering, prefabrication, and execution. Some of those topics will be picked up later in greater detail by my colleagues, so make sure to stick around. Having set the context of this presentation, let's look into the first issue that many construction companies face: the tendering process. This is an early yet critical stage where you are unsure if the project will even be awarded to you. You're left with the dilemma: how much time and resources should be invested to create an accurate project proposal? It becomes a balancing act, committing just enough to stay competitive without risking too much on a project that might not even be awarded to you. Looking at the broader perspective, the main question is, how do you maintain a competitive edge in this evolving landscape? Looking at that very landscape, we observe that a trend towards more integrated workflows amongst architects, engineers, and construction companies, they often merge as one company. As a construction company, you must navigate those changes in the industry, ideally taking the reins and spearheading these new procedures. Let's explore how ALLPLAN can support and ease this initial phase for the most efficient project kickoff and secure your position as a leader in the modern construction ecosystem. Participating in tender, you typically receive tons of documents, specifications, 2D plans as PDF or DWG, and increasingly 3D models as IFC files. There are many requirements you need to consider when bidding on a project. Ideally, you trust the IFC model, connect the quantity takeoff, QTO, from ALLPLAN with your tendering software, and you're done. However, many of our clients report that they often question the integrity of the provided models. As a result, they end up either spending much time on reviewing or creating new models based on the 2D plans they received. Imagine needing to recreate a model due to mistrust in the provided one. With ALLPLAN, you'll transform this potential time-consuming process into a swift task, thanks to what we call wizards. You simply take over predefined object types, which allow you to create a model rapidly, including bit-relevant data. Looking at different countries here in Europe, we see that in Germany, Nevaris, one of our sister brands in the Nemetschek group, creates highly efficient content called IBD Baudaten for all project stages complying with German standards. The same holds true for our users in Switzerland, who will need to adhere to the NPK standard, which they get pre-installed when working with ALLPLAN. Different countries, different approaches. Our construction customers in Italy and France usually prefer to derive those wizards or connected databases for themselves, based on their learnings in the past. Our local teams are always only a message away from supporting you in setting up the system according to your needs. And if you want to automate the creation of such models, feel free to use our existing tools or create your automation with Visual Scripting or via the ALLPLAN Python API. Let's move on to the next stage of tendering, refining your proposal. This is where you can set yourself apart from the competition. One way to do that is to create alternative proposals. Whatever information you have around the model can enable you to refine that proposal to stick out. We know that a robust pre-construction strategy can be a game changer for construction projects. A study by McGraw-Hill Construction, the American Institute of Architects, and the Lean Construction Institute found that effective pre-construction processes can increase the project's ROI, return on invest, significantly, reduce the risk, and enhance productivity. Part of a successful pre-construction process is looking for methods that can increase efficiency, like comparing cast-in-place concrete versus precast elements. A report by McKinsey & Company about modular construction shows that using those prefabrication methods can accelerate construction speed by 20 to 50%. Especially when changing the mindset from looking at components as completely individual to be specific products to be used many times across a project. This isn't just about creating a few prefabricated balcony plates, but planning full-blown prefabricated concrete buildings. And that is where ALLPLAN supports you in achieving a high count of repetition. Another subtle but effective way to stand out from your competition is by planning the construction site layout in 3D. Submit this with your tender. It's an assured way to impress your client with your use of innovative technology and control over the project from the get-go. With pre-installed content such as construction fences, containers, tower cranes, it's easy to generate a viable site plan in no time with ALLPLAN. Talking about cranes, the strategic selection of crane positions is often done by your experienced planners. Using ALLPLAN, your team can benefit of a crane database and cranes interacting with the model elements, as you can see in the video. Placing a crane will influence your prefabrication proposal. We can see here that, for example, those precast slabs will adapt to the maximum lifting capacity of the selected crane. As a final touch, you can add further construction equipment utilizing ALLPLAN's content connector to directly download content from the 3D warehouse. Deriving the visualization from that model is as easy as defining a few viewpoints and a camera path. In summary, ALLPLAN provides the essential visualization tools that help you effectively present your plan, mitigate problems, and foster team alignment before the actual construction work even begins. As we transition to the final stage of the tendering process, it's time to consolidate all your efforts into a compelling proposal. Within our product portfolio, ALLPLAN enables you to take all the elements we've discussed, the model, site equipment, your proposed alternative construction workflows, and compile them into one robust documentation with detailed reports. Remember when I said in the beginning that our clients often question the integrity of IFC models they receive? Let's imagine we would have started out with a reliable IFC model. As you can see in the video, once imported into ALLPLAN, your model is ready to be queried by those reports, reflecting either just the material or material and the related work items based on the attached database. For instance, ALLPLAN lets you view concrete, not just as material, but as concrete plus reinforcement, plus formwork, plus specific finishing types you may need to deliver. That leads to detailed quantities derived instantly and dynamically updated with every model change. For our users in Germany, Austria and Switzerland, Nevaris offers superb integration capabilities to derive not just bid documentation, but also cost controlling, variant comparisons, and invoicing during the construction phase. Other open workflows using IFC or Excel-based data exchanges are used by other regional tools. That includes, for example, Orca in Germany, Abacus in Switzerland, Mastro 5K in Italy, and SOC Informatique in France, and many more. With ALLPLAN, creating a winning bid is no longer a challenging task, but a streamlined process that enhances your productivity while maintaining accuracy. As we move from the tendering to the execution phase of a construction project, let's pause on the aspect of prefabrication as a crucial factor to reduce project timelines and cost once more. Over the past few years, we've seen a significant rise in the industrialization of construction. The McKinsey report I mentioned earlier supports this by revealing that increased adoption of precast or prefabrication construction components can reduce project timelines by up to 50%. But at the same time, reduce costs by more than 30%. This trend isn't just an evolution. It's a revolution that promises improved productivity, safety, and quality of structures. And it's here to stay. At ALLPLAN, we understand the importance of this shift towards more efficient building practices. And we offer a comprehensive toolkit to facilitate this transition towards industrialized construction. Our solutions are designed not only to assist you with creating detailed models for prefabrication, but also to work closely with prefabrication companies and aid you in planning your construction site effectively at a very early stage. We highly recommend adopting these practices to both construction companies and general contractors. Capitalizing on this rising trend of prefab allows you to take part in the transformation of the industry that's underpinned by digitalization and automation. Stay tuned as my colleague will dive deeper into the world of prefabrication later on and highlight how ALLPLAN can be your smart assistant in this transformational journey. Transitioning now to the final part of this presentation, you have secured the project and it's time to execute. This is where our Design2Build workflow really proves its value, bringing everything together for the most effective delivery of any construction project. We take the models and data we have gathered during the tendering phase and put them to work, further detailing to ensure our site personnel is prepared for optimal execution. I'll cover 3 topics today: groundwork, formwork planning, and the collaboration. Let's go. As we've demonstrated earlier, ALLPLAN makes it remarkably easy to create models for both the unfinished and the finalized structure. This capability extends underground too, enabling you to plan and visualize excavation pits in a comprehensive 3D model. Our commitment to multi-material modeling means that you can represent more than just a hole in the ground. You can design necessary retaining elements as well, such as board pile walls, soldier pile walls, and ground anchors. I'm also excited to hear your feedback on the workflow to plan sheet pile walls. We just launched it with ALLPLAN 24-1 as a technical preview. Go check it out. Once these elements are defined and you have collaborated with engineers to ensure structural stability, the 3D model you and your project partners created becomes an invaluable resource for your site team. Reports of those retaining elements can be imported to drilling machines directly to identify the correct locations for those elements on the real construction site. The same holds true for terrain data, which can be handed over to excavators directly in form of DWG or IFC. In this video, our Swiss partner CDS Bausoftware demonstrates how excavators use the 3D model data generated from ALLPLAN to guide their work. All this moves us a significant step closer to a paperless construction site, a transformation that will dramatically improve efficiency and accuracy in the field. As we will see in Patrick Miley's presentation later on, this is just the beginning of what digital-driven construction workflows can provide. My only hint? BIM Plus and Leica equipment will play a role in the story he will tell. Formwork planning is an area where we recently have focused significant development efforts. In the current market, you have the choice of renting versus owning formwork, as well as sourcing out the planning to manufacturers or creating formwork plans in-house. As each manufacturer maintains their specific tools to plan with their systems, you may see a break in your workflows or face additional onboarding time for your teams. Recognizing this, we have, in collaboration with our partner BIM², implemented an independent approach to formwork planning. The same workflows are applicable to different manufacturers. With ALLPLAN 2024 released the first supported formwork system, MEFA Mammoth 350. In the 24-1 release of ALLPLAN, we expanded our formwork planning capabilities to include MEFA Mammoth XT and a second manufacturer I'm sure you all know, Perry. The first Perry system we offer is Trio. Keep your eyes open for further announcements later on in the year. As you can see in the video, the preliminary work carried out during the tender stage can be seamlessly integrated into formwork planning. Splitting model elements to reflect different construction phases and visualizing those is the first step. Then, setting down the boundary conditions for the formwork by assigning corner elements to all wall intersections. And finally, filling up the formwork in between will provide your teams with a quick visualization and a piece count. Assigning phase attributes and pulling reports of the formwork helps you to normalize the amount of formwork elements which will need to be available on site. As a result, your formwork planning process is streamlined. Time and money is saved while reducing external dependencies, and by that, enhancing the internal control. Talking about timing on construction sites, I've heard of many different workflows from different customers, how they schedule their construction activities. Using the classic Microsoft project to create Gantt charts, connecting models to those via BIM+, or even creating a collaborative schedule via Last Planner and Lean construction principles. Moving beyond the planning into the execution phase, collaboration among your construction team on-site as well as your office-located teams becomes vital for ensuring project success. Traditionally, 2D plans were provided to site workers. There is, however, a more modern, efficient method of collaboration, sharing the model via the cloud. With our cloud offering, BIM+, measurements for blockouts can be easily derived from the shared model on-site, and if required, replanning can be requested directly in the model. This modern collaboration method not only promotes efficiency, but also makes communication more agile and accurate. What's more, BIM+ allows you to select elements, extract the full detail of quantity, and even export this data to Excel. This functionality promotes more accurate, in-time ordering and better collaboration between the site and local delivery companies, thereby avoiding delays and reducing waste. We understand that transitioning from traditional to digital methods can be challenging. To support those accustomed to the 2D world, we've launched an overlay manager tool that allows for seamless overlaying of 2D plans with 3D model, bridging the gap between old and new practices. This means that whether your comfort zone is 2D or 3D, ALLPLAN equips you with the tools to work efficiently and collaborate effectively on desktop and in the cloud. As this presentation is coming to an end, I want to emphasize that we as ALLPLAN bring the tools. But adapting your working culture and those of your team is the most critical part in staying relevant in those fast-changing times. Every step towards modernization counts. Every incremental improvement paves the way to future-proof your company. Consider companies like our customer Kibak in Switzerland. They've made great strides in enabling their on-site personnel to access and share model information directly from the cloud, facilitating a tighter collaboration with all project stakeholders. Stay on to hear more from their experience in a later presentation. I encourage you to not just imagine the possibilities, but to explore them by giving ALLPLAN and BIM+ a try. Our local teams can't wait to support you on your way to achieving your goals. Thank you for your attention.